Hey everybody, it's Thursday night. It's the night before Halloween. So, excuse me. I did have chili for supper. Uh, let's get this show on the road. Stick around. Well, let's get talking. We got some comics to talk about. Got some fun things to do. We've got Halloween that we're looking forward to. So we're just going to go ahead and dive right in, and hopefully some people will show up. So, Alan, given us how it's just you and me, how do you like the new wallpaper for the occasion?
I noticed a couple of new wallpapers up here for the occasion. I do like them.
Yeah, they had a pack you could download, so I just said, "What the heck?" And that we
That
got
uh,
we
that
got
haunted
plenty.
house wallpaper is really cool, also.
It is, but we cover it up, so it seemed kind of silly.
Yeah, this. But I know. Did you notice the new sounds that have popped up?
No, I didn't see that. Oh,
That's kind of. I don't know why they would do a heartbeat, but
super fast heartbeat. Those are pretty good.
oh, it's got a thing where you. Oh, okay. They're wanting you to. You can do a lot more.
Got it.
I was looking to see. I did see where Warner Discovery has started splitting up, like
I've heard that.
basically the movie division, the news divisions, and all that.
Yep.
I think you got Warner something now, and then the Discovery Group. It's like they just split it right down the middle.
Yep.
I'm still wondering. I know that they said that there are several people that are starting to negotiate on behalf of Paramount to be able to purchase all the movies, the Warner Brothers side of it, which would also include DC Comics.
Well,
But
so far they've told Paramount to pound sand
yeah, but I'm
three
still
times.
wondering if Disney's going to end up being a player on it, because Disney just bought another streaming service.
I didn't see that. Who'd they buy?
They bought, I'd never heard of it before, but it's like Fuba or something like that.
Boo. Yeah.
Yeah. And they were talking about that if Disney's current deal with YouTube does not get extended or not renegotiated or something like that, YouTube could lose access to ESPN Plus and a lot of the live stuff that Disney provides them with.
Well, that would chat me. I'm going to tell you right now.
Well, that right there, Disney's already said that if that's the case, ESPN Plus and all of their live stuff will be going to Hulu and Fubu and everything else. So it would actually work in Disney's benefit to get away from YouTube, because that's going to drive their subscribers up trying to get to ESPN Plus alone.
Yeah, but I record a lot of stuff, football games and such on YouTube TV, and you can't do that on Hulu, and then
Yeah,
go back and just watch it whenever you want for live things like that. Not a fan.
I love my Tubi. It's cheap, it's free, and it's got all the generic movies on there. And I do love a good a B movie, horror movie from the 80s.
Wait, it's cheap and it's free?
It's cheap and it's free. And trust
Wow.
me, some days you get what you pay for.
Well, that's true. So it's Halloween tomorrow. Have you watched any spooky movies to get ready for the season?
Believe it or not, I have watched a spooky movie a day. I finally broke down, and I cannot, and it was one of those that I could have cared less if I ever watched it. But I finally broke down and watched the first Terrifier movie today.
How was it?
Once you realize that no, it's stupid. It is stupid. It's over the top. It's cheap. But once you realize that it's meant to be that way and it's a straightforward slasher horror flick, it's great.
Okay.
But there is definitely some parts of it during some of the unaliving scenes that you're watching it and you're going, I probably shouldn't be watching this myself, and I'm 51.
Huh.
That's how graphic it gets.
Wow.
But there was enough there that made me. I mean, I definitely want to watch the sequel and everything. The guy that plays Art the Clown, he nails it. I mean, it's a psychotic clown and everything, and the way he does his little ticks and the way he acts and carries himself and his body language and all that was absolutely perfect. Watching him is what makes it fun.
Have you watched the first episode of that new show on HBO Max, the Dairy, the kind of prequel to It?
No, mainly because I'm not that big of a Stephen King fan. I know a lot of people have watched it and loved it. I did watch Talmasca, the first 2 episodes of it Sunday night.
I don't even know what that is. What's that?
Talmasca comes from Anne Rice's The Vampire Chronicles. And
Okay.
do you remember the Watchers from the Highlander series?
Yes.
That's kind of what the Talmasca is. They watch, they observe, they document, and every once in a while they intervene, and it's all paranormal. And
I would think so, yeah.
they
Okay.
literally, in fact, the head of the Talmasca ends up becoming really good friends with the vampire Lestat in the book series.
Okay.
So it's Talmasca. If you get a chance to watch it, it's really good. You don't need to know anything about the Anne Rice universe to be able to enjoy this. They went with completely and totally new characters and a new story that will eventually tie into what they've done with Mayfair Witches and Interview with a Vampire, which Interview with
Okay.
a Vampire is technically. Did you watch that TV series?
No.
So it's really good. There was some changes that I did not like, but that was coming from a standpoint of being a purist from the book side of things. But Interview with the Vampire is over with, and now they're moving on to the second book, which is the Vampire Lestat, and I believe that comes out next summer. I mean, it's a really good series. I think you would definitely enjoy Talmasca. What's up, Mike?
Did you ever watch the TV show Fringe?
Yeah.
Fringe would be a good one for Halloween season. That first season was very much a Monster of the Week kind of thing. That's good. Mike, what's happening, sir? I saw you earlier today, but didn't get to talk to you, so because I was running late. So, hi now. Good to see you.
Yeah. Fringe was one of those things that the longer it went on, the more ridiculous it got. So I started losing interest. I thought the first season was great. But another one that came out, and this is back in the X-Files days, Millennium with Lance Henriksen.
I vaguely recall that.
That one was super creepy. I mean, it was great.
So, we've got some folks in here now, and I don't know if they want to hear us yap about TV shows and movies from days gone by. What say we yap about something else?
We can definitely yap about something else. I don't have a lot to yap about, but
I don't have a ton either, but I do have a question for you.
All right, come on with it.
The new Thundar the Barbarian comic from Dynamite.
Will you be shipping those?
No. Thank you. Are you excited for that or no? Did you watch that when you were a kid?
I loved that cartoon when I was a kid. My thing about them redoing some of these comic books, some of these cartoons in the comic books, Pepos has done a wonderful job with Space Ghost. Johnny Quest was outstanding. I love Johnny Quest. Gotcha Man fell flat on its face as far as I'm concerned. I was not a fan of that comic book. There was a couple of others that came out that
Darkwing Duck was good.
Yeah, Darkwing Duck was good, but see, to me, that's more Disney controlled property. So that was a little different in my mind. But when you're looking at like Thundar, Battle of the Planets, Space Ghost, all that stuff, it was there's a there's a lot more that they can do and get away with because they do not have that Disney logo on them attached to them on any level.
Mm-hmm.
And I loved some of the stuff, but others, it just Silverhawks was another one. It fell flat on its face for me.
I
Now,
agree.
now there are people out there. Yeah, Herculoids was okay. I mean, it was okay, but there wasn't enough there to keep me reading it. If you like those comic books, please don't take this the wrong way. I'm not trashing your comic books, but for me personally, the only two that really and truly cranked my tractor was Space Ghost and Johnny Quest. I am looking forward to Thundar because I want to see how they're going to do it. But it's not one of those where I'm just like, I'm a little gun shy at this point. How about that?
That's fair. I like that they have on one of the promo images they've got the cast of characters and there's a street sign behind them and it's kind of twisted and broken a little bit, but you can see IRBY. Yeah, you went out of focus there. So it's Kirby Street, and since Jack Kirby had some things to do with Thundar, I thought it was pretty great.
Yeah.
That was
So,
a nice.
I'll definitely be picking it up. I mean, it'd be easier if you shipped it, but I'm definitely going to pick it up just to see. There's a whole inside joke thing they're going. But as far as books that I actually have in my hand, like I
Let's
said,
do it.
not many. Since it is Halloween, I'm going to start off with, I believe, the one book that we could categorize possibly as horror. Oh wow, what happened there? And that's going to be Exquisite Corpses, issue 6. Gamer Kid has now been taken off the board, and I could not be more excited because I hated Gamer Kid.
Hated.
And here's the thing about it. This right here tells me that Tynan has done an outstanding job with his writing on this, because he made me want to hate the character.
Yes.
I mean, it's not a bad character at all. It's actually a very good character, a very valid character for the type of story that's being told here. But it was a character that he made me want to hate.
Yes.
I just thought that was great. So yeah, that was I don't know how many issues this is supposed to be, but I think we're down to
it's 10 or 12.
We got let's count right quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 7 of our
13.
Yeah, we have 7 of our contestants. We'll call them contestants left. Sure. It was nice to see how Gamer Kid was taken out. I did get a chuckle out of that because I thought, just by the look of that character, I thought that it was kind of stupid. But then to see that character in action and the way you finally get that character in there, I really did enjoy that.
I have really liked that series. I think it's 12 issues because it's got 1 issue for each one of them, I believe is how that's laid out.
Yeah.
To double check. I know they've solicited through issue number 9 at this point.
Honestly, it's one of those that it could easily be like a Netflix series or something. It's almost like for those of you that are not reading it, it's almost like a combination of The Purge and Hunger Games. That's probably about and I know that sounds like a bizarre combo because they're totally different types of movies, but or genre, should say. But this has just been a really good story. And I think it would be great to see it play out on the screen. Next up on my list that we had already mentioned was Space Ghost.
Mm-hmm.
This one kind of come across as and even though I was just singing its praises a minute ago, this one kind of come across as a little bit of a filler issue. even though we do have some really cool moments, we see Space Ghost is a lot more powerful than what people realize he is.
Yes.
And he's a lot more, I want to say determined, but determined is actually the wrong word. He's extremely strong-willed. How about that?
He would have made a good Green Lantern.
Yeah, he would have made an outstanding Green Lantern. Next up, and this is actually a DC KO tie-in, and I really did not want to read this book because, well, actually, let me just do both of these at the same time. I've got Justice League Unlimited issue 12, but I did not understand what was going on in the first couple of pages. That was literally the first one. I still have not read the main KO book. I need to pick one. I'll pick one of those up tomorrow and read it.
You need to.
But I did read issue 31 of Superman, which is a KO tie-in. And this was Joshua Williamson writing Superman, he can do no wrong on Superman as far as I'm concerned. I love Superboy Prime, the way he's being written, because literally at the end of this book, when Superboy Prime is about to get his butt handed to him, he starts smiling at the person that's about to take him out. And he tells him, he says, Superboy Prime says, there is something that you forgot about. And the person that's about to take him out said, what's that?
He said, I am not left-handed.
No, he literally, I love how Superboy calls out all the tropes, because literally Superboy looks at him and smiles and says, the last page reveal. And the guy says, what are you smiling about? Because he doesn't understand it, because, Superboy understands, or Superboy Prime understands that he's a comic book character. But he literally says on the next to the last page reveal. And then when you flip the page, Superwoman's back. Lois is getting her powers again. Spoiler alert. But this was really good because it's setting up what Superman was going through, getting ready to head to Apocalypse to fight in the tournament. There were a couple of, and this is one of those that I don't know if Aaron is reading this, but I know that he would love it, because there's a couple of shots in here that they did, like this one right here with Superman talking to Jor-El.
Yep.
I know it doesn't translate well to the screen, but this is gorgeous artwork. I mean, absolutely gorgeous. What's up, Acres of Movies? You got some of them hard questions tonight?
I bet.
I hope so. Oh, yeah, you're right, Acres. This was absolutely beautiful art. Because you, not only that, but you also get a shot of where Lois goes, and she is talking to Laura. So,
but that's not awkward at all.
No, it's not, but it makes sense for what's going on in the story. Just a great story. I got to pick up that main KO title. I've only got 2 left. Next one, it was stupid fun, and it's what I'm come to expect from Ryan North, and that was Fantastic Four issue 4.
Yeah.
It's a one-shot issue. It was stupid fun. There's really not a whole lot that can be said about it. It was nice to see Alicia to get her moment in the sun.
It was like a breath of fresh air.
Yeah, it really was, because it's the way that this was written about how she perceives things, and the way that they do all that, with her being blind and everything. It was really good. Next one, and this one had a shock twist end that I did not see coming on any level.
Okay.
And it was great. It would, like you just said, this ending was a breath of fresh air, because it comes so far out of left field. And that was the ending of Moon Knight issue 13. Have you read this issue yet?
What happens at the end?
Have you read it?
I don't think so.
When the reveal is who is summoning. all the spirits that have been attacking Wrecker?
No, I have not seen that. I don't remember that being in my stack or seeing that book.
Oh, then I can't. We can't even talk about it. Then
I'm about to have a fit.
Yeah, I mean, look, you're right. That ending, I did not see that ending coming, Acres. It was so, that ending was so, honestly, for lack of a better word, it was shocking. It was a great reveal.
Now I'm getting kind of peeved here because that's always at the top of my stack.
Well, when you read it, when you first see the reveal on it, you're going to be like, who? And then you're going to see what's on their chest, and you're going to be like, oh my God, that's brilliant.
Well, right now I'm just frustrated because where is my book? Where is my book? Talk about something real quick. I gotta find it.
You got to find it?
See if I've misplaced it or something.
Oh, you were talking about if I've been watching. I did watch the Poltergeist remake again yesterday.
Okay, tell people about that.
Oh, wait a minute. What we got here? So I actually have a question for your question. Am I a gargoyle in the sense of a traditional horror movie type of gargoyle that comes to life and unalives people? Or am I a gargoyle in the sense of Disney's gargoyles? Either which way, I'm probably going with gargoyle.
I kind of gathered that.
Yeah. But I would kind of like to know what type of gargoyle I'm going to be. Blood-soaked fangs or Hudson? Yeah, I'm probably definitely going to go with the gargoyle. Simply because as a pumpkin, I don't need birds and chickens and stuff trying to come and eat the pumpkin. I need that noggin.
I do not have that issue of Moon Knight.
You need to, it came out last week. You need to snatch this issue of Moon Knight.
I don't know how I don't have it. I'm bewildered, befuddled, and a bit cranky.
Oh yeah, he would definitely. I think he could definitely do that justice. Oh, Matthew, hush your mouth.
Yeah, what is now, Matthew?
I know.
Is that any way to talk to that man? He's already been through enough.
I know. I've already lost enough.
I want to talk about a book that came out this week. I know you haven't read it yet. And normally, 9 times out of 10, if you were going to describe what you get in an annual, 9 times out of 10, what do you get?
9 times out of 10, you should be getting a one-shot story.
Oh, fair enough. But what's the quality of what you typically get in an
annual? Generally mid-grade, as far as like the mid-tier story.
Mid-tier or garbage, even. Well, let me just tell you this. That is not what you get in this annual.
That annual's caused a lot of controversy also.
I haven't heard about that, but we'll talk about that in a second. In this annual, you've got a story by David Warren Johnson. Is it David or Daniel? And it's kind of a prequel story to how Bruce Wayne comes to be doing what he's doing and how things work out. So it's set slightly before the events that we know in absolute Batman. What's the need for an annual? You get a monthly book. Let me just say this. They don't do books on a monthly basis, really. They do it by number of weeks. And You get long months and short months and all that kind of stuff. So typically, what happens is you have a full month will be in there where you don't actually get an issue of a book. The annual is a way for them to still put out a product that people will buy since they want to have it, right? Um, Sometimes they, like in 1994, which is going back quite a ways, I know, but DC did the Elseworlds annuals. All of the annuals were Elseworld stories. And God, that was brilliant. It had people buying annuals for books they didn't even subscribe to just because the stories were so good. They were great. But this annual is a prequel kind of a thing to where Batman is now an absolute Batman. And it's a long story where Daniel Warren Johnson, I think that's his name, does both the writing and the art. And and when I'm talking, it's pretty violent. And when it gets violent, it gets violent. And then James Herron does a story as well. Um, it's a bit shorter, but it's also a really interesting story where some interesting things happen. And it just kind of shows you who these characters are, how they got to be how they are. Um, but good Lord, that's some hard hitting stuff. I'm looking for this one particular image of this
While
big
you look
fight.
that, I want to address this right quick. As far as who should play the new Nightcrawler, I hope they go with a relative unknown and they let that person make the character their own. I'm not big when they get big name actors to play some of these characters, just because sometimes that's all I can see is that particular actor. It was just like with Beast, all I could see was Kelsey Grammer. Even though he did great, he was all I could see. So yeah, I hope they go with an unknown.
That
Yeah.
was 100% accurate. Or Atlantis Attacks was terrible.
Yep.
Um, Congratulations on getting that Marvel 25th anniversary frame cover for Ewoks. I know you've been looking for that one. But anyway, look at this scene. Look at that arm. That is ah.
That does look just a touch painful.
That looks uncomfortable. The guy's eyes bugging out too as he is feeling that. Like, yeah, that's pain. Uh, no,
Some of the
it's
some
a
of the shots that they go with reminds me of manga scenes.
That's probably accurate. But this is where he gets the Batmobile, by the way. This is the issue where he gets the Batmobile. Um, Calling it a Batmobile seems like a disservice to the Batmobile. But I will say this one picture here. Um, that's a pretty rocking picture.
That is a good one right there.
Batman with a freaking flamethrower? Are you kidding me? He might pull his punches, but he uses a flamethrower. That's actually the thing with this Batman. He doesn't pull his punches by much. He goes to buy some stuff from a guy like weapons and stuff early on in the first story, and he says something about non-lethal, and the guy goes, "Well, I mean, they're less lethal," and he goes, "That's good enough for me." You're like, okay, I see where we are. Um, but yeah, that's a heck of an interesting read. You said there's some controversy about it. What's the controversy?
I'm not sure. I just heard that issue actually upset a few folks. But then I also kind of immediately tuned it out because the sun coming up every morning upsets a few folks these days. So I really didn't care.
Yeah, how dare that sun keep coming up and always
Yeah,
on the
it's not
same
gonna.
side of the house?
I did have a quick question for you. Green Arrow. I know that DC is canceling it because of poor sales, but have they shifted around when the last couple of issues are going to ship?
Not that I've heard.
Because it was actually supposed to come out last week.
Well, things always shift by a week here or there, just depending.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't read anything into it. But
Well, I didn't know if them canceling it would have had anything to do with that.
it shouldn't. No, they typically try to move pretty quick on that and keep canceled books on schedule so they can get them out of the door. Um,
Gotcha.
pretty quick. I suppose we should talk about that collection that we bought over the weekend, in which I foolishly did not bring with me, so that I could show people some of the books out of there. Um, that was poor planning on my part, but I wanted to have them up the shop so people could buy them. We bought a collection this past Saturday, and it wasn't a big collection volume wise, but holy smokes, was it a good one? You want to tell them what the highlight book was out of there?
I would say that the highlight book is definitely the Daredevil #1.
100% accurate.
Mm-hmm.
Daredevil #1. First time I've ever actually had a copy of that come through the shop, and I've been able to get my hands on it. A Daredevil #1. And I will say, when I sat up here the other night, checking it out, trying to evaluate its condition and all that stuff, I'm not going to lie. I read it in the flesh, on the page, physical paper, turning it. I love that the first page is, hey, do you remember Amazing Spider-Man #1 and how cool that was? This one's fun too.
So
what the heck, man?
Since you've actually read it and you've destroyed the value of the book, I'll give you cover price.
I absolutely did not destroy the value of the book. Steve says it was Amazing Adventures or Strange Adventures #12 or 205, first appearance of Deadman.
Mm-hmm.
That was also in there. We no longer have that one because that went home with Steve. But we had Daredevil #1 and Daredevil #2 came
now, was
in.
that the first time you've ever read Daredevil #1?
It was.
So I got the Marvel Unlimited app so I could read those books.
I know you did.
And let me tell you what, Stan Lee is so friggin' wordy in those books. It is not even funny.
All those early books are like that, though. If you look at how many panels there are per page and how many words there are per page compared to modern comics, it's astounding.
I want to say it might have been right around issue #5 of Daredevil. And there are so many word balloons on one page. You know that he pissed the artist off. But it's so funny because down in the bottom of one of the panels, you've got a little asterisk, and even Stan Lee calls himself out and says, I think I just set a record for most word balloons on one page.
Yeah, that sounds right.
And then in another one that he puts, and it was another Daredevil issue, it's a little asterisk down the bottom corner. It says 9 word balloons in one panel. That's all it says.
That's hysterical. Yeah, Mike, Daredevil did not get his red costume until issue #7.
And I am a proud owner of that issue.
Well, you just need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 now.
I know. I definitely, and I will own those books one day. It might be the last purchase I ever make because my wife is going to start cutting me up in little bitty bits, but I'll own them for at least a few minutes.
Well, if you take off all the sharp objects out of the house before you make that purchase, then you at least have a chance.
Yeah, no, those are, all joking aside, those are Grail books for me, the first 10 Daredevils. I will own the first 10 one day. I do own 7 and 8. Is it 7 and 8 or 7 and 9? I gotta look.
7 and 8. You got Stiltman.
Yeah, I got Stiltman. I definitely got Stiltman.
That's great.
But those are books that I don't. Yes, I mean, I would love to have them in, high grade condition, but I don't need them in high grade condition because I just want them just for the sheer joy of having them.
Yeah, this Daredevil #1 was I'd say it's probably about a 4, maybe a 4.5 if they're feeling real generous.
Well, that one that guy had at the expo that was graded,
Yeah.
it was a 4 or 4.5, wasn't it?
No.
Was it lower?
Yes.
Oh, because I don't remember. Okay, because I didn't remember it being in good a condition as the one that you just got.
No, the one he brought in was like a 2.
Yeah, but I didn't think it was that rough. It was
Yeah,
rough, but I
it
didn't think
was
it was that
low.
rough.
It was
I just
low.
remember he was asking a whole lot more for it than what I thought it was worth.
Yeah.
And I was definitely willing to trade him a comic book that was worth more just to get my hands on that DD1. But I mean, that's a that's a personal emotional purchase for me. So it's not like it's a book that I'll ever be getting rid of once I do it.
Well, we do have a layaway plan. I just say that.
Yeah, I know.
But we got DD1, we got Daredevil #2, we got Green Lantern #1 with that bizarre cover with the giant marionette.
And see, that would just be fun to own just simply because it's Green Lantern #1.
Yeah, that one's actually in better shape. I think that's like a 6, maybe a 7. Um, if Dustin gets a hold of it, maybe higher. Um, and I would like for Dustin to clean and press these books, regardless of whether or not I ever send them off to CGC, um, because they would just look so much better.
Yeah.
Because those covers that have a lot of white on them kind of get dingy after a while, and if he can clean that up a little bit and press out some of those little tiny little indentions and stuff, man, that'd be spectacular. But we had those books. There was also a Green Lantern #40, which was Hal Jordan and the Golden Age Green Lantern, Alan Scott, coming together. Great cover. We sold that one already too.
Oh wow.
Um, then there were,
That's
let's
kind
see,
of
there was an X-Men '94, which is the book immediately following Giant Size X-Men #1. So that's a good one. And then there were several Golden Age books. America's Best Comics. It was one of the World War II books, um, where the heroes have kind of like planted their flags, like the German flag and the Japanese flag are spread out on the ground, and they've kind of like stomped on them and planted their flags in those flags. And then there were some old pre-code horror books. So we had some Haunt of Fear, some Tales from the Crypt, Weird Science, uh, Extra. We had some great stuff. We had Mad Magazine #12, which the cover looks like a page of contents, a table of contents kind of a thing in a book, but that's the cover. And it says on at the bottom of the cover, it's for people who are too embarrassed to be seen reading Mad Magazine on the subway, because that way people won't know that that's what they're reading. Uh, Pretty good stuff. But what a haul! What a tremendous bunch of books. Sometimes I'll buy comics and I'll regret doing it because I spent money on them, and I'm like, am I ever going to get my money back on these? I absolutely want to get my money back on these. Don't get me wrong, but
yeah,
I
and
care less about it this time because these were books that meant so much to me. That Daredevil #1 meant a lot to me. Yeah, there was a creepy #1 in there as well.
yep, that was
The
great.
magazine size.
See, to me, that seeing that because you sent those pictures and seeing that Daredevil 1 and Daredevil 2 side by side in those pictures, I mean, that was like, you know, every collector fantasy dream 12-year-old version of me got excited when I saw that picture.
Yeah, it was a great layout of comics, and there were some good filler issues of Amazing Spider-Man in the mid to higher 100s. Some good filler issues of Incredible Hulk. Hey, what's up, Nate? Um, going up to 200, no 181. I checked. Um, but on the whole, there were just some really good issues in there, some fun issues. And if you like pre-code horror books, we don't get those real often, but we got a nice little stash of them this past weekend. So we've got those up at the shop, along with the fun books, the big books like Daredevil #1, Daredevil #2, Green Lantern #1, X-Men '94. So yeah, it's really good. Any Turner in recently? Uh, I assume you mean Michael Turner. No, haven't seen anything Michael Turner in a minute. Um, I will say that Old Man Logan is finally getting. I want to say it was Michael Turner, or at least he did a cover for it. Maybe that wasn't Michael Turner. That was dang it, dude who did stuff at CrossGen.
Any pre-issue 20 Uncanny come in?
No, no. Number 94 came in, but no pre 20s.
Oh God, if we'd known that Nate was looking for that when Justin was selling all of his.
It's true. I do actually have some pre number 20 Uncanny X-Men's that I got a couple weeks ago, but they're in rough shape. I mean, good to have if you don't have it, but if you're looking for good, like a good copy, they're not good copies. But yeah, no, I was very excited to get those comics. I love getting comics that mean a lot to me, and buddy, that Daredevil #1 hit hard for me. I love it. I remember what it felt like when I finally got my hands on a copy of Werewolf by Night 32. And I felt like I had arrived. I've got Werewolf by Night 32. This is as good as it gets. And then, like any good drug, I'm like, now I need Daredevil #1.
Yeah, there's certain books out there that you want. And when I say you, I mean it like in general, just you as in general.
Yeah.
You see those books and you never imagine yourself ever being able to own them.
Yep.
Because you've got to run across it first to even have a chance at owning it. But then how much is it actually going to be once you do run across it? And Daredevil #1 is one of those books. I mean, it's as old as that book is and the legacy that book has, it's still a relatively decent priced book. It's not now if you try to get like a 9.8 or something, yeah, you're paying some bigger money then.
Well, Daredevil #1 out of all of those Silver Age series is highly undervalued. Owen Anderson and I have talked about that several times. For whatever reason, Daredevil #1 is just undervalued, and I don't get it. I don't know why.
Yep.
Makes no sense to me. But on the other hand, if you're a fan of Daredevil, you have a better shot at getting your hands on a copy of that than you would otherwise.
Yeah, Dustin was telling me that you can buy Daredevil #1s all day long at Heroes Con.
I believe it.
In just about any condition you can think of. And I'm sitting there thinking that's why I can't go to Heroes Con, because I can't spend that money.
Well, if you get one low enough grade, I mean, you can get one for $1,000 or less.
Yeah, see, like what you have, to me, that would be more of my comfort zone. It's I think that book, that it looks really good. I think the price is decent on it. That would be, if I was to ever pull the trigger, it would be within that price range somewhere.
Well, in that case, I have a copy.
Well, I have a daughter in private school.
And I would love to make you a happy man.
And I would love to see her graduate private school.
Is that really so important?
Yeah, it kind of is.
She's only got one more year, right?
Yeah. Sure. Sure.
That's fantastic. Oh goodness. So I got the previews here if we want to talk about a couple of upcoming things.
Yes. Tell me what's coming out.
Let us take a quick look here. Um, the thing they're advertising on the front, if you want to embiggen me, is a relaunch of Iron Man, but look who it's written by.
No, I am big in the wrong. I did the wrong thing. There we go. Oh, really?
Yes,
He is all over the friggin' place.
he is.
But because he did a phenomenal job on Green Arrow,
Yeah,
and then he took over Superman. He's writing GI Joe. He's got another book that he's writing, and now he's doing Iron Man.
I have to say I do like this cover by Andy or Adam Kubert for Iron Man #1.
Oh, that is a good cover.
That's a good cover. I mean, it's got MODOK on it.
Yeah, that's a
It's
really
good.
good cover.
Yeah, it's a good cover. It's not normally the style of cover that I like so much, but I dig it. And then this has several pages of preview story for issue #1.
He forgot and left them at the shop, so he couldn't show them off.
Um, yeah, I didn't forget. I purposely took them to the shop so they would be there so I could sell them. Um, but because I wouldn't be able to get them here for tonight and then take them back, and it's all this time. But they give you several pages of the lead-in for Iron Man #1, and it is very interesting.
Did you read it?
Hey, why are you disappeared? There you are.
I run around doing stuff around here. Did you read the several pages leading into it?
Of course I did.
How does it read?
It's freaking great.
I mean, is it like typical Joshua Williamson, or?
Well, it starts with you kind of zoom in on this ginormous metal door of a bunker. And then you go inside the bunker and you see somebody looks like they're putting together an Iron Man suit, and he's talking while he does it, and he's saying, "I'm too smart to die in the middle of nowhere." And then you see an arc reactor flare up, and he's like, "Okay, time to go." And then you get a big full page shot of Iron Man, right?
So he's pretty much starting from the beginning then.
Well, that's the impression you're intended to take away. So then he goes out, he opens the door, and you see a whole bunch of AIM dudes blowing him away.
Okay.
And he's laying there on the ground when and begging people not to kill him. When Madame Mask walks up and she says, "Hey," he says, "I did what you wanted. I built an arc reactor. I can make the armor stronger, more bulletproof. I just need more time." And he's saying Stark had better resources, time, whatever. And she says, "AIM doesn't need another armor. We want another Tony Stark."
Okay.
So they're putting people in the same position that he was in and seeing if they're able to figure out a solution to get out of there. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. The artwork is gorgeous. Here, I'll look.
Oh, nice.
The artwork is gorgeous. And it's Joshua Williamson, so you know what kind of story you're going to get. I dig it. I really like it. I'm not normally a big fan of Iron Man, but I want to read that. Then there's all the Ultimate stuff that's ending. I do like this cover of Wasp from the Ultimate Universe where she's just like sitting on the edge of a suitcase or whatever that is.
Yep.
That's just a fun thing about her being the size that she is and being able to use kind of unusual things like that. Null is getting a new series, if anyone cares. Null, yay! We didn't get enough Null like 3 years ago. They
Okay,
got a
so
5-issue limited series.
I just saw where I can get in contact with Joshua Williamson.
Yeah.
I'm going to give it a shot because I would love to get him on this show and pick his brain.
Yeah.
I will copy you on that email tomorrow.
I mean, he's doing G.I. Joe. He's doing Superman. He's doing Iron. It's everything that you would ever want to talk to a comic creator about. There's also a new Psylocke 5-issue limited series. Psylocke Ninja.
Not trying to be rude, but do we need a Psylocke 5-issue limited series?
No.
Okay.
But they just wrapped up a Psylocke 5-issue series, so time to do another one. There is an Art Germ cover for the folks who are fans of Art Germ. There's this book called S-A-I, Dimensional Rivals, #1 of 5. It's a Peach Momoko book. I have no idea what it is.
I don't, once
why.
again, not trying to be rude. I don't understand the fascination with Peach Momoko.
She does not appeal to me, but a lot of things don't appeal to me. And she's a big kind of anime and manga style, and she does appeal to a lot of people. But this is the book. I just don't know what that is. That doesn't tell me anything. And then if you look at the little pages of story that they kind of pop in here, okay, not for me. I'm not the intended audience, and that's okay. There's a book called Dungeons of Doom. It's a 3-issue limited series. It's written by Philip Kennedy Johnson and Benjamin Percy, and the cover is classified. It doesn't say what's going on. It says, in the aftermath of One World Under Doom, with Doom's castle empty and masterless, the superpowers of the world race to claim and control the untold power and technology that await inside. But when an explosion sends them all plummeting into a dungeon labyrinth that none of them knew was there, what began as an arm race becomes a terrifying game of survival. It sounds like, what if you took superheroes and literally dropped them into a dungeon in D&D? That's what it sounds like.
Okay.
I mean, frankly, I like the sound of that. That sounds fun. But that's what it sounds like. I feel like I'm really missing out on something because I have no idea who this character is. It looks like she's supposed to be a cross between Dazzler and Rogue. But her name is Luna Snow, and she's clearly a performer of some sort because this series is called Luna Snow World Tour. And it says Luna Snow on an all-new adventure. I don't know who she is or what adventure she was on before.
I've never heard of that character.
Me neither.
Huh.
She is a K-pop star and an ice-wielding superhero.
For some reason, you know who she reminds me of? A little bit for some reason? Livewire.
Fair enough. Yeah.
I get that vibe off of her.
Yeah. I just like that they have new K-pop stars. So K-pop, they really want to get after that K-pop Demon Hunters fan base. And just by saying she's a K-pop star is going to do that, I guess.
And I don't understand that. I haven't watched that K-pop Demon Hunter.
I've heard it's really good, but I haven't watched it either. This book, I have no idea why. I haven't been interested in one of these books in ages, and I really seriously have a strong dislike for one of the characters in this book. But Inglorious X-Force, #1.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty much done with all the X titles.
It's Cable, it's Archangel, it's Daken, which I hate.
Nick, all joking aside, have you watched it?
And then it's from X-Force back in the day. It's Boom Boom, who I never did understand that name. Ah, it's Nick.
He's mad at us for that picture, Nick. What is Takedown?
That's fair. X-Men's good. I also don't know what Takedown is, so Nick, you're operating in another sphere for me. Rogue is getting another 5-issue limited series as well.
Okay.
Because her last one just ended, so she's getting one. There's Rogue. And it looks like in this,
that Rogan
she's going to
Gambit.
go up and fight a really angry, massively fanged possum. I'm not sure what that is.
And the bad thing about it is, I can concur. Everything that Nick says in this sentence is 100% accurate. That donut was absolutely delicious.
You are the devil, the both of you. Logan, Black, White, and Blood, #1 of 4. It's black and white with red for the blood. They've done series like this before. This one's interesting for a couple of reasons. One, that artwork right there is spectacular.
That is gorgeous.
And two, the authors that they list are there's 3 of them: Tom Waltz, Saladin Ahmed, and Larry Hama. And Larry Hama had, in my opinion, the best run on a Wolverine comic that anybody's ever had. His run on Wolverine was spectacular back in the day. But yeah, Wolverine, or Logan, sorry, not Wolverine, Logan, Black, White, and Blood. And then I think from there on, it's just a whole bunch of #2, #7, #3, what have you.
Nick, you always sound weird. Oh, and Nick, you need to come up to the shop Saturday. I would say about 10:30, maybe 10:45.
Tell Nick to get there at like 9:30, and he might show up about the time that you want him to get there.
Well, the bug will get out of dance about 10:30, and I'm going to try to swing by there then for a couple of minutes.
But that's what I'm saying. If you tell Nick 9:30 or 9:45, then he'll show up at 10:30 or 10:45.
Yeah, good point.
DC has like 2, maybe 3 books that are #1 issues in their catalog this month, and they're all spin-offs. One of them is DCKO, The Kids Are All Fight. I thought that was pretty good.
Yeah.
But can John Kent stop Granny Goodness? That just doesn't sound appealing to me.
I'm not that big of a John Kent fan.
Me neither. I know that would hurt Aaron's soul to hear me say, but it's true. He's never been my favorite. I don't know if it's because I just don't like any of the kids. Really, I don't like him. I don't like Damien. Like, get the kids out of here. There is also DCKO Green Lantern Galactic Slam. I'll give them this. The names are fun.
Give me a second, Nick. I can take care of that.
But Kyle Rayner is back in this one.
Is White Lantern?
It does not say. It just says Kyle Rayner brings the cosmic reinforcements. I will say also, I didn't get this from any of the comics thus far, because Absolute Batman is humongous, right? He's like 6'9" or something. He's just ginormous. But he is looking up. At Absolute Wonder Woman.
Yeah, and I'll be honest with you, I didn't know how I felt about that.
I mean, she's a literal Amazon. It doesn't hurt my feelings any. I just thought it was interesting because I didn't get any visual cues that told me that prior to that moment.
Well, what gets me is they went out of their way to give us this freaking giant of a man in Absolute Batman.
Yep.
And then they stand him up next to Wonder Woman, and he looks like an average dude.
Yes, that's correct. Yeah, that's really about it. There's no other new books in here, I don't think. Or wait, no. They don't actually solicit the book yet. It's a commercial for a solicit for the next month. Um, and it's not even that. It's a 6-part story arc starting at number 13, so it's not a number 1. But I thought you would like this for you'll see why. It's JSA Year 1, the first days of the first super team. And there's your boy.
Yeah, that looks cool though, because it's showing a little
And
bit of
there's
everybody.
yeah, and there's our man. Yeah, this looks awesome.
Yeah.
I'm very interested in that. I do like also the kind that they stuck with some of their, like, you look at Wonder Woman, she's clearly wearing her like original style costume. And if you look at Hawk Girl over here, she's got that whole 30s look to her. I dig it. I think it looks pretty cool. Makes me happy. Oh, we got, what did you do? That was pretty good.
Well, I just happened to run across these. I wanted to share something with you that I'm getting the file loaded now, and I'm about to share it with you. Give me just a moment.
All right.
There it is.
Man, I don't need to see that again. For 2 reasons. 1, because y'all are eating donuts without me. And 2, what is Nick doing with his hair? Is it COVID again?
I don't know what Nick is doing with his hair, but for those of y'all that have wondered, have worried, have lost slept, have prayed about every single night, I have proof right here that one half of Two Brothers is still alive and kicking and doing well. And yes, he's still in the background somewhere. I still have hope for the 9-2 crew. We will be back one day.
One would hope. One would hope. I asked Dustin, so I was trying to get some books so Dustin could look at them. And I asked Dustin if he was going to be back over this way anytime. And I said, is Nick going to be going your way anytime soon? And he says, I doubt Nick will come out here. He doesn't ever want to come to Georgia. And I don't know when we'll be back out that way. And I said, does Nick really ever want to go anywhere? And he said, I don't know. So, Nick, you're letting people down. What are you doing? Where are these coming from?
Oh, they're floating around. They're up here on the overlays.
Oh, they're on overlays. I didn't look up there.
Yeah, there's this one, but yeah, we don't need that one.
No. Ain't nobody need that. Is there a special donut supplier that needs to be part of the set? You know, Mike Weslowski, that's an extremely thoughtful question to ask, and I really tremendously appreciate that about you. Krispy Kremes are always good. These guys just got these donuts from Shipley's, which opened like 3 days ago. And they both swear they're the best donuts they've ever put in their mouths.
Dude, I'm telling you, that Shipley's donut, I had never heard of them before Nick. We were literally.
Look who has a problem with these aspersions being cast his way. Well, that's not very fair. Hold on.
Let's be honest. This is how the conversation went. Nick said, hey, you want to walk out back? And I went, yeah. And his wife goes, that doesn't sound very good.
It does not. I'm going to go. Sky is right. That does not sound good.
But we went out back. I had never heard of Shipley's Donuts before 6 o'clock tonight. I'll be honest with you. And he was like, we got to try these. And we have one. And dude, it was one of those that the second I took a bite, I went, damn. I mean, just like that. They make Krispy Kreme on North Parkway. They don't know what they're doing compared to Shipley's.
That is a heck of a claim to make after one donut.
I'm prepared to make that claim, and I'm prepared to stand by it after that one donut. And it was still warm and moist. Yes, they are definitely worth the hype. Daniel Major, I had just a plain donut, and they were definitely worth the hype.
Oh, hey, we've got word coming in of a local store, a local donut shop out by Buckhorn that we need to get. I say we do a comparison of all these donuts. That sounds like a fun way to spend a morning. You gave him the very first one too. That was mighty generous.
Yep, it was. It was very. Nick and I we shared a moment in the back parking lot today.
Stop saying things like that. That does not sound right. Um, Daniel, for anybody who hasn't seen our Facebook post yet, while I'm thinking of it, this Saturday morning from 10 a.m. to noon, we are doing a old-fashioned swap meet for one specific purpose. You can bring and swap other things. I don't care. But if you bought copies of the blind bags for Mark Spears, The Monster and the Wolf #1, and you said, well, dang, I opened up 10 books and I got 2 or 3 dupes out of here. You know what? That's okay because everybody is going to be bringing their duplicates or covers that they're willing to trade. And we can just do a big old trade off and get people the books they want. If you can get the books you want, we're giving up something you don't want, and somebody else can get a book that they want. So if you want to come out and trade out some copies, if you got duplicates or covers that just aren't your jam, and you want to trade for ones that are, Saturday morning will be a great event for that. So come on out; it'll be a good time. We'll have a lot of fun. I know that Jeremy Long is coming, and I believe he opened 200 copies of these books, so he'll probably have a lot to trade. But yeah, if you can come on out, Daniel, love to see you as always.
So Tots and I traded those one books. Well,
he said he put a guillotine in your box, and I was thinking, like, man, I hate to put a book in there, lose a hand.
Yeah, we can do that. But
for that, you have to go out behind the dance school.
Hey, we can share another moment out back.
There we go.
Yeah, the only duplicate that I have now is Frankenstein holding the pumpkin.
Yep.
So if anybody's looking for that one, I mean, as long as you got one that I don't have, I'm really not picky.
But yeah, come on out. It'll be a good time. You know that that young couple that came down, I guess, from Fayetteville?
Yeah.
They're coming.
Oh, cool. That was her that popped on for a few minutes last week, wasn't it?
Yeah. But they messaged they're going to come.
They were super
they
nice.
opened up a few too. Yeah, they were super cool. I really liked them. But no, it'll be great. We'll have some covers to swap. Let me ask you this too while we're talking Mark Spears and blind bags. I think most of you probably saw the news, at least we reported on it last week, that we kind of thought there would be a diminishment of the orders for the Mark Spears Monsters #8 blind bags that come out the week before Christmas. Just because the market is suddenly, there's a glut of blind bags. Dynamite is doing blind bags for a lot of their books. They already do 1 million covers, but they're doing blind bags. They're also, let's see, Marvel's got an Ultimate Universe blind bag. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles has blind bags. Everybody's suddenly trying to get in on this. And we thought probably Mark's going to see a reduction in orders for Monsters #8. That was not the case. Mark sold, let's see, he was the 9th highest selling independent book of all time.
Believe it or not, Father of the Bride.
Oh, it's a great movie.
Or cheaper by the dozen.
The 9th highest selling independent comic book of all time with The Monster and the Wolf #1 blind bags, and the 4th highest selling independent comic book of the last 25 years.
Wow.
with 350,000 copies sold. For Monsters number 8 blind bag before Christmas, he outsold himself and he sold 362,000 copies. So he kicked himself out of ninth place, and now he holds both the ninth place spot and the 10th place spot, and the fourth and fifth spot for the past 25 years. That's pretty impressive, guys. He has 1.3 million comic books out in the world since September of 2024. 1.3 million copies of Mark Spear's comic books. That's incredible, especially over such a short time, 13 months. Super happy for him. It could not happen to a better dude. Really excited for him. But hopefully we'll see you guys Saturday morning at the swap meet. Swap out your covers. Have a good time. Everybody bring donuts. We'll all have a good time because it's impossible not to have a good time with donuts.
So I mean, that's what we could do.
They're
like,
delicious.
Depending on the area of town you come from, you should bring donuts from that area of town or county.
I could bring Bigfoot's little donuts.
Okay. I'm actually going to be at North Alabama that morning, so I won't be able to grab any donuts, but Nick could bring Shipley's. Just saying. Nick could bring Shipley's and bring Krispy Kreme. Then when he gets there, we can throw the Krispy Kreme away and just eat the Shipley's.
You shut your mouth. That is sacrilege. The Independent number 1 over 25 years ago. The highest selling independent books are the early Image books, Youngblood, Spawn, etc. I don't think those will ever be topped just because those were so huge.
But isn't Spawn the number 1 though?
I think Youngblood was the number 1. Might have been Spawn.
You know what? Let's just Google it.
I have to look. Yeah, but if we're all bringing stuff from donut shops near us, that's the nearest one to me. And it represents a different style of donut altogether from all the other donuts. Plus, they have the Fruity Pebbles donut, which is pretty amazing. And I'm wondering if this week they might have like a blueberry donut or something, because let's be honest, that would be awesome. That's a good question for you. Blueberry, Frankenberry, Count Chocula.
Blueberry. It's a no-brainer for me. It's always been Blueberry.
I agree.
A Blueberry, Frankenberry close second, and then Count Chocula.
Same. Although they were all good. But how do you feel about the later editions where they tried like Yummy Mummy and all that?
To be honest with you, I never tried them.
No, are they? That's disappointing.
There's also one on County Line Road.
I am nowhere near County Line Road.
Well, I'm just saying.
Oh, let's see. This is an interesting question. He comes back to life. He's 50, wants to direct some more, and he's fit. What 3 comic book characters do you give to Alfred Hitchcock? As
number 1, right off the bat, why the Last Man? Alfred Hitchcock is the only person that could truly do Why the Last Man justice, in my mind. Probably Hyde Street, believe it or not.
Well, that's a little on the nose, but I don't disagree with you.
Yeah, I would have to say Why the Last Man, Hyde Street, and I would want to give him a superhero just to see how he does it. So I would say, to kind of keep him close to a realm or genre that he's familiar with and he'll be a superhero, I'm going to go with something along the lines of a character that got canceled a long time ago by Marvel, and that was Sleepwalker.
Why would you do that?
Because I would want to see how he does it. Because to him, something like that's going to be a challenge.
See, I like to give him. I would like him to have a good mystery book, something where it's got something that you can't quite put your finger on. And I'm trying to think what would be good. That is a puzzle. I kind of like to see what he would do as Moon Knight. The different personalities, all that stuff. I'd like to see how he did that.
Yeah.
Spectre would be great for
Yeah,
Hitchcock.
Dead Man would be
Dead
really
Man
good.
would be spectacular for Hitchcock. But I like you. I'd kind of like to see what he would do with a straight up superhero kind of guy.
Maybe
So I'm
see what he
thinking,
did with Doctor Strange.
yeah, that would be a good one. I was thinking something kind of bizarre like um, Starman or something.
Now, if you really wanted to go bizarre, you could go with that. I believe it was a 4-issue miniseries in the mid to late 80s, DC, The Weird.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's true.
Hush your mouth.
Um,
Nick, honestly, he's an
so,
author that you need to read.
so hang on just a second. Are you guys telling me the Bigfoot Little Donuts over here in South Huntsville is closed? Is that what y'all are trying
I
to
think
tell
we're
me?
talking about the one on County Line Road because those comments popped up right after I said that.
Parlor Donuts at Campus 805. I have not had those donuts, so that would be a mystery to me. That's an interesting idea. Yeah, I could do that. I'm liking this swap meet slash donut tasting. This sounds like fun.
It really does.
We'll have a donut tasting up at the comic shop. One thing, no powdered donuts, people. It's a comic book store. No powdered donuts. Um, but yes, that would be pretty good. I would like to see, yeah, some donuts, and somebody's gonna have to bring some milk.
There's a place, and I know you're nowhere near it. There's a place on Jeff Road I want to check out. It's literally called Beignets and Burgers.
Oh, I saw that place, but I haven't been by there. But yeah, beignets are got powdered sugar, dude. That's off limits.
No, no, a good beignet is never off limits.
Well, you have to eat it out in the parking lot.
No, I'm going to eat it in the back room.
I know that you like to eat donuts in the parking lot because you showed me pictures
I'm
today
going
of
to
you
eat
and
it
Nick eating a donut in the parking lot, and I was not invited to the donut eating in the parking lot.
I am going to eat it in the back room, sitting in Mike's chair that he always sits in when y'all are playing D&D.
You're picking on Mike. Sit in Doug's chair. Hey, cronuts are better than you might think. If you haven't tried them, they're actually pretty good. Tyler says the beignets and burgers place is good.
Yeah, I want to check it out. We just hadn't had time to go by there, and that might be something we'll check out this weekend.
Yeah, this I like how this plan is coming together. So much as I'm mad at you and Nick for eating donuts without me, this has spurred a great donut event, and I'm just proud to be a part of it all. So you read the next issue of Rook, right? We talked about that already.
Yes, we got a couple of new characters.
Because I think the next issue comes out this week.
I thought the 7 just come out last week, didn't it? Or the week before last?
Maybe I just did FOC for it. Maybe it's in 3 weeks. Comes out soon though, and I saw it. It was coming so soon. I was like, oh, it's time again! Yay! I was excited.
Let me look it up right quick.
Alan, whatever he's trying to get you to do not do it. And Nick, I'm just going to say this because I love you, brother, but it's on the screen how Alan spells his name.
November 5th is the release date for Rook 8.
That's next week.
Yeah, it is next week.
So Make Denzel Lex Luthor. He would play him very different. He would play him very cold and calculating, which works well for Lex Luthor. Um,
Oh, it's from K-pop Demon Hunter. I just looked that up. What Nick is talking about.
that's interesting. I do like that idea.
I don't know if I would want to see Denzel as Lex Luthor. If we were going to do something like that, I think I would rather see Denzel as Professor X.
You are on to something. Denzel would make a killer Professor X, and we could move somebody like Michael B. Jordan as Luthor.
You're still driving? Good Lord. Nick.
That's what I was thinking. Where is he going?
He's headed back to Shipley's. Oh,
I was trying to go home. I swear my car just kept turning that way.
I don't know why.
Oh no. John Bernthal for a Bruce Willis biopic. Well, you are full of good questions. That's a good question. I can see it. I don't know if I love it, but I can see it.
You know, I don't know how I would feel about a Bruce Willis biopic in general.
Not anytime soon.
But for John Bernthal, I would actually like to see him carry on the Die Hard series.
Yeah.
And you know, the thing, John Bernthal to me is such a great actor because I absolutely hated him in The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
And then turn around and loved him in The Punisher.
This from Nick. I got to give Nick props for this. Mike Tyson as Magneto.
That would be a pretty good one.
Take that, X-Men. That's pretty funny.
We are homo superior.
Oh, yeah, that sounds wonderful.
It really does.
Y'all, this donut talk is killing me because tomorrow's not even Saturday, and I'm going to have to go a whole day. I'm not sure that I can do that. Those magnets.
I can hear it.
I can too.
Give me the magnet.
Oh Lord.
Would you fancy a playing game of chess?
Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah, what is Blue-Eyed Samurai? Is that another anime? I'm gonna guess.
I think he misspelled Samurai Jack. Back to the Jack. Back to the Jack.
I don't think he was trying to spell Samurai Jack. Oh God, that's terrifying. A horror comedy of the board game Operation with Jack Quaid as a patient and Rachel McAdams as the doctor. A horror comedy of the board game Operation. I mean, they tried to make a sci-fi movie out of Battleship. They had a great comedy movie of Clue. So board games can be made into movies. Operation sounds like a terrifying board game. Oh my God, that gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Well, if you... it's kind of been done on some level with movies like and this is I'm going to date myself, going back to I think the late 70s, early 80s. You had movies like Pieces, and we will not go into what that movie is actually about, but it was definitely,
I've never even heard of that.
Yeah, it was let's just put it like this, creating the perfect person.
Okay, so Frankensteining somebody together.
Yeah. Then you also kind of had movies like another one had Julian Sands in it, and I believe it was called Boxing Helena.
Julian Sands in general just always creeped me out.
Yeah, loved him in Warlock though. But then another one, you also kind of have one that was it was a horror comedy that come out, I believe, in the early '90s called Dr. Giggles. It was the guy that plays Dr. Giggles was also in The Dark Man with Liam Neeson.
That's one I hadn't thought about for a while. Oh, now he's home. He'll leave us behind. Uh,
Yeah, I'm looking at this Blue-Eyed Samurai now. Actually, I mean, it looks pretty good. I might have to check that out.
Is it an anime?
Yeah, it's anime.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Well, I mean, so is G.I. Joe.
No, sir. Anyway, on that note, Alan, I believe you've got to go and
yes, I have an errand that I must run.
Pick up somebody. So we're going to end a little bit early tonight. Be thinking about Aaron. He has a terrible sinus infection, so he is a bit under the weather. Wow, I don't know where you come up with all this stuff. This is great. That's fantastic. But anyway, you guys have a great night. Thank y'all for coming out and hanging with us. We appreciate it. It's always fun. And we will catch you guys
before we
next
take
time.
off, if you do that, Acres, here's one, and I'm not taking credit for this. I saw this somewhere else. There needs to be one more Purge movie, but it's actually Kevin from Home Alone grown up defending his house.
I'd watch that.
I would watch that multiple times.
I would watch that. All right. Well, thank you, everybody, for hanging out with us tonight. We will catch you guys next time. And till then, enjoy some donuts and come out for the comic swap for the Monster and the Wolf #1 blind bag covers this Saturday morning, 10 o'clock. We'll see y'all then.